Hello, this is Olivier, and I am French, but basically educated in America, where I got an MBA, and have been working as a trader for many, many years. Before that, I was a banker in some prestigious firms like Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank, where I reached the role of director, and I am happy to present to you years and years of work, actually, not basically observation, okay, because I've been trading for many, many years, and I've looked lots and lots of, read most books, looked at many, many ways to trade, and you are benefiting from my observations. And I've created an EA, which is not rocket science, but it's what works, and it's based on a movement from a moving average, exponential if you want, or simple if you want, which is basically here. This is a 20-day moving average, and from that you make some standard deviations. Now you may recognize what this is. It was invented by a very famous man, and the advantage of these bands is that they move quite rapidly with the markets. So you are not lost anymore. You can see this chart, and all of a sudden it can make sense. Well, it makes sense to me, just because of this simple indicator. So I've created an EA because I was lazy, and I watched and watched to see how to work this, and basically came up with my own observations, which is not standard, and I've put it in the EA called a black box, really, as a sort of a joke, but it's my black box, and it's a very versatile EA. I'm not offering it for a lot of money because I believe in helping people, especially beginners. Professionals, they can do what they want, so they can pay $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 for programs that they don't understand. I mean, I demo a lot of them, and I don't understand what they do. They may be very smart. There's some very good programmers out there. I'm not a great programmer. I'm just a trader, and I've been making money for a while, and I hope to teach you something. So anyway, what does my EA do is what I've observed all these years from these bands. Basically, one of the best uses of these bands is to see what's below these higher points, or low point in this case, or higher point here. This is basically an oversold position, okay? And this is basically an overbought position. So you want to basically be in these positions when you trade. So I won't tell you where the bands are right now, because that's my secret. That's what the EA does. It basically calculates the best band possible given the data, and then automatically does something when you are in these zones, which I won't reveal immediately. I won't reveal. The EA does it for you, because there are many ways to treat these bands, and if you read the very famous book on these bands, invented by the very famous person who discovered these bands, he basically has 4 or 5 methods to treat bands, and I've tried all of them, but I found my own method of using it. That's why I'm not mentioning his name, but I found my own method, and that's what the EA does, and that's what is basically secret. It's in the EA. It will do it for you. So basically, what I'm telling you here, and this is a freebie, basically you want to buy down here, and this is not an optimized band. This is roughly, these are rough bands. I'm not giving everything away, but here is where you want to buy, and here is where you want to sell. Now, when the bands are very wide, this is where it works very well. Okay, here is a great selling point. if you get up there. Here is a great buying point. Now, an interesting thing is when the bands get very narrow, this is where you can come in and make a lot of money, because what happens when these bands are very narrow, you see here on this indicator, it gets blue, which means a squeeze. This indicator I will send to you, by the way. And on the squeeze is where you can make the most money. Now, the EA will try and decide which way the breakout will be on this squeeze, okay, because you usually get a breakout. You get this very low area of volatility here, and then a breakout either to the upside or to the downside. Now you don't know. You don't know. You can sort of guess around here what's going to happen. You can look at the past, see, okay, you know, here it's good, okay, that's the future. But you don't know. So the best thing is to, when you get a squeeze like this, to be told about the squeeze. And there are many squeeze indicators. I've got one of them. It just sends me a message on my iPhone saying there's a squeeze going on. And I get in front of my screen and I enhance what my black EA does by basically seeing a breakout and then buy it. I mean, it's not that easy, but that's what you do. You have to use your own judgment call. But probably here you want to buy and stay in it until you get here, and that's when the EA is saying, well, now I think I should short. Okay, so this is it in a nutshell. I'm going to show you the Expert Advisor, which you would buy for $61. It's just to cover my internet costs, really, and it's to help people, to tell you the truth, because I'm just confounded by why people would sell programs for $1,500 that, you know, nothing's been invented for the last 30 years, just a rehack of old stuff. I mean, I can tell you which books to read. You can read Trade What You See, which is a good book. You can see Bollinger by Bollinger Bands. You can read some of Mr. Elder's books, Trading for a Living, which are great books. That's basically the 3 books you need. This is my EA, and you can see it's very simple. I mean, you can go in here and just put in your optimized bands. There's only, you know, very few variables to enter. You enter your lots, you enter your stop. Now you must put in a stop, otherwise it doesn't work. You know, that's just for safety. But you can put in any value because this is based on ATR stops, so they will adjust according to the ATR. You can look up ATR. It's a great way to determine volatility, but it's also a great way to make stops. So there you are in a nutshell. I won't go into more details, but basically the EA works on optimized bands, so they're not standard bands. It will go, you need to go back and optimize, or I give you optimizations, or you wait for you buy it now, basically for $61, and I am working on a self-optimizing version. Okay, it's already 8 minutes, so I'm going to stop right now, and if you have any questions, please call me or write to me. Not call me, because I'm not giving my phone number. Just write to me. Bye.